Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another My Collection series video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at my Hot Toys and third-party Fox X-Men collection. It's not complete yet, I've got some customs in the works, but this is what it looks like right now in the display. The crazy part about this little setup is that there's only one official Hot Toys figure in amongst all of these, and it's Wolverine from X-Men 3. Shame on you, Hot Toys. You should have at the very least made the core team of X-Men from those early Fox movies. I wasn't a massive fan of the bases that came with these figures, so I decided to make my own. I designed the artwork using some official posters, and I tinted the colors of everything to match the characters up top and the lens flare in the background behind the X2 logo around the front. I know not every figure here is accurate to X2, but it's my favorite of the X-Men movies. So that's why I decided to go with that logo on the front of the base instead of a nameplate, because I'm just more of a fan of movie logos on the front of bases. You can tell who the character is standing on the base. These suits are so iconic, they're so ingrained into our memories because the films have been out for a while, that you don't need to, I think, print Storm or Wolverine on the front of the base. I made sure that you could see the little X-Men logos on most of their collars when they were visible in the promo art that I used to make these bases. I tried my darndest to find a Magneto picture with him wearing the helmet. I couldn't, so I just went with him helmetless, even though the figure does have the helmet on. So this is the first figure we're going to add to the mini collection. It's the X-Men 3 Last Stand Wolverine. Yes, the head sculpt is dated, but I don't think the outfit is. This is one of the most intricate outfits that I've ever seen from Hot Toys. It's not just screen printing on the surface. This is multiple layers of fabric stitched into other layers, and then we've got ribbed sections, and we've got all the yellow piping. I've got no idea how they managed to do this and execute it this darn well. The head sculpt will be replaced eventually, but I'm not doing anything with the outfit. I'm not switching the body. I'm keeping it exactly like this. Oh, and by the way, there is a subtle X, I'm not sure if you can see that, on the sleeves. There's that ribbed stuff around the back, and there are some spandexy sections, so you can get a little bit of posability out of him without putting too much pressure on the pleather. This is a lot of collectors' worst nightmare because it's pleather from head to toe. If you don't destroy the outfit by, going ham with posing every single day, pose him sparingly, I think that he is going to stand the test of time. It's been this long and I've got no signs of flaking at all on this outfit anywhere. His ankles are starting to get a bit loose though. Next up, I love Cyclops in the early X-Men films. I know not everyone does, but he's my guy. This dude kicked some serious butt, especially in X-Men 2 when he took out those security guards. In figure format, this was released by Toys Era a really long time ago. The pleather is holding up fine, but the body isn't, and the light up effect isn't. We'll get back to that in just a minute. The proportions are all kinds of wonky. His arms are far too long, they also don't go flush down by his sides, and I'm 99% sure under the suit the elbow joints are broken. I'm going to switch out the body for this guy eventually. I am worried about putting that much stress on the outfit when taking it off the body. I reckon it's going to be worth it though, so like I said, I'll get around to it. I did pop some batteries in the head sculpt for the light up effect. The electronics just must have died, or the LEDs no longer working because I couldn't get the light up effect to work, and I really wanted to because it's a sick looking light up. Maybe I'll end up painting the visor so it looks lit up permanently, because he does come with a second angry head sculpt, so I could paint the visor on that one to make it look like he's doing an optic blast, and keep the stoic, just neutral head sculpt with the visor unpainted, just being that dark red clear plastic. This figure is probably my least favorite one of the bunch. This is Toys Era's Iceman. There are a couple of reasons for that. Number one is the proportions. His neck is too long, his arms are too long, he's gangly, and he's weird looking. But the outfit is solid, just like Cyclops. I barely ever see anyone with this Iceman figure in their collections, and I understand why, because it's not a great release. The only reason I have him and I've not sold him is because this outfit perfectly suits the official Hot Toys X-Men 3 Wolverine and the Toys era Cyclops. I'm not sure why they went with this almost purpley color for the pinstriping. I have to go back and watch the movie and make sure that it's an accurate color. And when you can see the wrist pegs through the translucent hands, another thing that I don't like. The standard non-icy head sculpt is okay. There's a decent likeness, but I prefer the icy look. Even though it isn't accurate to X-Men 2, he only goes icy like this in X-Men 3. But he does have some speckling of this frosty looking white paint on the surface of the suit. It's not overdone. There's just enough of it so that it works with the icy hands and the icy head sculpt cast in translucent plastic. None of that stuff has yellowed yet. I was extremely worried about that. No pleather flaking, no yellowing. Now, this figure is not made by Toys Era. This is Figure Masters Windstorm. I'm not sure what happened to Figure Masters. They've still got an active Facebook page, but they're just not releasing anything. I was praying that they were going to give us at least Jean Grey using this body and this outfit with a new head sculpt. They would also need to paint the neck area so it matches Jean Grey's skin tone. I am on the hunt for another one of these because, just like Thanos, I said, fine, I'll do it myself. I'm going to commission a head sculpt and grab another one of these Windstorm figures, steal the outfit from it, switch out the body, and call it a day with a Jean Grey as part of my X-Men, because she's too iconic not to have in there with the other characters. Now, Storm does come with multiple different capes. They are connected underneath the little flared out bits at the end of her gloves. So you can get her with her arms out and the cape will come along with them, which is perfect for dynamic posing or power using poses. The shiny metallic surface is incredible. The hairstyle is not accurate to X-Men 2, I know. There is another head sculpt with rooted hair that she comes with. I'm currently getting that one re-rooted. Someone is redoing the hair for me, and when that comes in, I will do a Build-A-Figure episode on it, so that, she's actually accurate to X-Men 2, and I prefer the longer hair look for Halle Berry's Storm anyway, so it's a win-win. This, by far my favorite figure out of this mini X-Men collection. It's once again from Figure Masters. It's probably one of the best Ian McKellen likenesses that I've ever seen in 1/6 scale. He does come with an unhelmeted head sculpt, but the hair is quite clumpy looking, and that's the one thing that ruins that sculpt for me. Plus, he looks cooler with the helmet on anyway. But that's a dead ringer for Ian McKellen. From every angle, the likeness is incredible. Even the paint applications for the eyes and the skin texture and the shading and the really subtle 5 o'clock shadow, it's all perfect. I cannot fault it. What I can fault is the body. It's very lightweight, and he topples over constantly. At least the outfit is good. The cape is made of this super thin draping fabric, but the boots are made of pleather. And mine are starting to crack. It's funny, out of all of these X-Men figures, it ain't the characters with full head-to-toe pleather on them that have cracking issues. It's Magneto's boots, which is just ridiculous. Maybe I'll replace them with some Ugg boots or slippers, because he did wear them on the set of X-Men 3, because, Ian McKellen wanted to be comfortable. Who can blame him? He is taller than Storm and most of the other X-Men figures. This is the last one we have to look at, and it's also by Figure Masters. Another incredible head sculpt and a killer wheelchair. This thing is beautiful. It's shiny, it's metallic, it's accurate to the Fox-era X-Men movies, and he comes with a removable Cerebro helmet. They included a switch-out tie for some reason, just in case you wanted to have an elastic loop instead of a real tie with an actual working knot. But, dude, come on. That is Patrick Stewart. That is Professor Xavier. That head sculpt is spot on. The outfit is accurate to X-Men 2, so he works with the other X-Men 2 figures. But you'll notice, earlier on in the video, I didn't make a base for Charles because the wheelchair is just too big to fit on a hexagonal base. Now the wheels can roll. I wish there was some kind of locking mechanism so they didn't constantly roll around, because if you bump him in the collection, he does slide forwards and backwards. He is removable from the wheelchair, the back wheels do roll, so you can pretty much do whatever the heck you want with him. I always have him just sitting there. If you wanted to have him standing straight up and down like his mind was being messed with by Jason, perhaps, totally doable. Where am I going to put Charles? Where the heck else? Smack bang in the middle, right in front. And because he's sitting in the wheelchair, he sits a lot lower, which does help in the display. You can mess around with levels, and I always suggest doing that because I see a lot of collections with unused vertical real estate. Grab yourself some risers, pop your figures on them, mess with the levels, like I said, and your eye will be drawn up to the figure in the middle. Then you'll be able to look at the figures surrounding them and also the ones up front if you have Charles, for example, sitting on his wheelchair. I am working on some customs, and I'm trying to find another Windstorm by Figure Masters, but this is the Fox X-Men collection as it stands today. By no means complete and by no means comprehensive. Let me know if you actually have any of these figures or if you've ever seen them. I'm pretty sure for some of you, these will be brand new to you. You'll never have seen them before. Now, if you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.